Hi everyone, Thao here. So about a month ago, someone left a comment on one of my videos recommending that I check out the LAMY EMR for my Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. I looked up LAMY, and to my surprise, they produce pens that cost anywhere from $10 to upwards of $1,000. So yeah, either they're really good at ripping people off, or they know a thing or two about producing quality pens. Anyways, this right here is the LAMY Al-Star Black EMR. Thankfully, it's not $1,000. It was actually on sale for $60, down from $75. So it's about $10 to $15 more than the retail costs of the S Pen that Samsung bundles with their tablet. In the box, you'll get the pen itself, a couple of replacement nibs, and a nib removal tool. The design of the stylus is based off of LAMY's Al-Star Rollerball pen. That one actually comes in a bunch of different colors, but this EMR version is only available in black. Just like the S Pen, it comes with Wacom's EMR technology, which means it'll work on any device that the S Pen would work on. One thing to note is that it didn't work right out of the box though. I had to go into the S Pen settings, then toggle allow multiple S Pens to get the tablet to even recognize it. One of the best things about these Wacom-based pens is that there's no battery and it never needs to be charged to be used as a stylus. If you unscrew the barrel, there's really not much going on in here. It's completely hollow. All the tech is actually jammed in here. You could even use the pen like this if you really wanted to, but it's gonna feel a lot better with the barrel screwed on. It comes with a protective cap that has a super satisfying click when closed. Look, check this out. Do you hear that? There's also a built-in clip, so you can clip it onto your shirt pocket, you know, how all the cool kids are doing these days. I just thought of something. You know how the nibs are so easy to misplace? You could totally just unscrew the barrel and store the nibs inside the pen itself like this. I mean, yeah, sure, it rattles a little bit if you shake it, but beats losing them, right? Putting it side by side with the S Pen, I can tell you right away that the LAMY just looks plus feels like a more premium and durable stylus. Material-wise, it's made mainly out of aluminum versus the rubberized plastic of the S Pen. With the cap on, it weighs about 21 grams. Take that off, and it sits comfortably between the weight of an Apple Pencil and the S Pen. So yeah, there's a little extra heft there. To put things into perspective, the cap alone weighs as much as the entire S Pen. I've been taking a lot of handwritten notes lately, and it was the grip ergonomics of this stylus that I was really curious to try out. The LAMY is thicker and has a triangular grip, meaning there's 3 flat sides that your thumb, index, and middle finger can rest on. Combine that with the extra weight and the writing experience is definitely better. Well, to me at least. I wouldn't say it's way better, but it's an improvement. I can go a little bit longer before my hand starts to cramp out. At first, I felt like I was gliding a bit more. I wasn't getting as much of that friction compared to the S Pen. But after an hour or so, the nib must have softened up because they feel pretty much identical now. I took the nibs out of both and they're actually interchangeable, which is nice to see. On paper, you're getting the same levels of pressure sensitivity, but I feel like I have a lot more control with the LAMY. In Samsung Notes, I find it almost impossible to draw really light lines with the S Pen, but I can do it with the LAMY with no problem. If you do a lot of sketching, you'll definitely notice the difference. Now, usually with a pen cap, most of us will place it on the back of our pens and write like this. But because the cap alone weighs like 8 grams, I really didn't like it. It completely throws off the balance, so I just usually leave it off to the side. Just be careful because without the cap on, the pen rolls around a lot easier. You still have this physical button that activates the eraser or brings up the air command menu. It sits flush and they placed it a little higher up on the grip, so you're not accidentally hitting it while you're writing. The physical button is one of my favorite things about the S Pen, so I'm really glad this has one too. Besides the build and improved ergonomics, you're gonna get a very similar experience. It can pretty much do everything the S Pen can do, except for one main thing. Its biggest drawback is that you lose all the Bluetooth functionality that's built into the S Pen. So if you're a fan of air actions or use the remote functions regularly, you're gonna wanna just stick with the S Pen. The second drawback is storage. As you know, the S Pen can magnetically attach to the top, bottom, and of course, the back of the Tab S7 Plus. You can't do that with the LAMY. If your initial reaction to this is, why in the world would I spend more money on another stylus when Samsung already bundles this one? Then yeah, this isn't for you. If you ask me, it's more of a nice to have rather than a must have. It's the ultimate upgrade for avid note takers. If you take tons of notes for work or school, you'll definitely appreciate the build quality and improved ergonomics. LAMY have literally been producing pens since 1930, so that's to be expected. Personally, I don't see myself carrying this around, so if I'm traveling, I'll likely stick to the S Pen. But when I'm home, I'll definitely be using the LAMY. By the way, shout out to whoever recommended it. As usual, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'm out of here.